Hi, I'm Casey from G-Free Foodie, and we're making gluten-free, dairy-free, corn-free frosting. Sounds crazy, but you're gonna love it. The first thing we want to do is put a small saucepan over medium or medium-high heat, and we're gonna add in some milk. So this is vanilla soy milk. You could use almond milk if you wanted to, or if you just want to make gluten-free, corn-free frosting and you're not worried about dairy-free, you could use dairy milk if you wanted to. And this is sweet rice flour. I'm going to add this to this milk, and I'm going to whisk it until it begins to thicken. Okay, it's nice and thick, starting to look like rice cereal or pudding, so I'm going to pull it off the heat. Okay, my flour and milk mixture is off the heat, and I'm going to add vanilla and a pinch or two of salt. We also have directions for making this frosting chocolate flavored as well, and if you were doing that, you would want to add part vanilla and part chocolate extract. I'm going to mix this all together, and then I'm going to set this aside because this mixture has to come to room temperature. If it doesn't cool to room temperature, your frosting will separate and you'll be sorry. I've got a cup of my favorite butter substitute here, and I'm going to add this to a standing mixer with a whip attachment, or you could use a hand mixer. I'm going to get that in there, and I'm going to add white sugar to it. I have baker's sugar, which is a finer texture, so I'm going to use that, but you could use regular white sugar if you wanted to. We're not using confectioner's sugar because we're keeping corn out of this recipe. And I'm going to get that all creamed together. We've creamed together our butter substitute, or regular butter if you're using dairy, and sugar. And now I'm going to add in my milk and flour mixture that's at room temperature. If you were making this recipe in chocolate, you'd also be adding some cocoa powder right now. And the reason that it's important to use this flour mixture is because this is what's going to stabilize our frosting and make it nice and fluffy. So we're going to pour this in and cream it all together. If you wanted to make a specific color, this is going to be kind of a nice yellowy, buttery color, depending upon what butter substitute you use. If you wanted to use food dye, now would be the time. And we're going to get this blended together. I'm so excited. It's going to be a big vanilla, marshmallowy flavor. And this is really my favorite gluten-free, dairy-free frosting recipe. It just happens to be corn-free too. Here we go. Oh, I'm looking at this marshmallowy fluffiness, and I'm so excited. You and your kids are gonna love this recipe. I'm gonna go right onto this cupcake. Top this with dairy-free sprinkles, whatever you want. This recipe that we made is enough to frost 12 cupcakes liberally, or a 9 by 13 cake. So good. Our gluten-free, dairy-free, corn-free, super delicious vanilla frosting. Gotta try it, you're gonna love it. So good. gfreefoodie.com, check us out.